How are you guys doing today? This is Patty Toller. And what I do is I help women entrepreneurs, when I can talk, I help women entrepreneurs grow highly profitable and highly, wildly fulfilling businesses to the six figure and above level. So I am here today to talk to you about how you can do that with your business, how you can position your business in the next 100 days, how you can unleash your $100,000 a year business in 10 days. So so hang in there with me, and that's what I'm going to talk about to you. I'm going to give you the three things that you must do, absolute keys that will allow you to put your business into momentum and unleash this type of potential. So, if you're on here, I would love for you to say yes, and maybe would you like to unleash your business so that it is consistently hitting 10K or above? If you would, just say yes. Give me a yes. I'm not seeing, there they are, maybe over here. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. Um, Well, and they're not showing up. Sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. I often get back, when I'm off, I look in there and I've always got a lot more comments than I ever saw show up on my feed. And if you have questions, comments, I will always answer them, but sometimes it's after the Facebook Live. But I do notice you guys and I appreciate you interacting with me and being there for me. So, yep, let's rock and roll. Today you're going to learn the three keys that you absolutely must have to unleash that 10K monthly and above potential. So, there again, hey, where are you guys from? Well, I've had people from all over the world. It is so cool to see that. Australia. Actually, I've got some clients I've worked with in Australia and Poland and different places. And on my feed, on my Facebook Live, man, I'm seeing people from India and all over. So I am in Montana, big sky country. We love it here, but it is not for everyone. And please let me know as you're coming on that you're here. I had a lot of people signed up, and I'd love to know what you're thinking, where you're from, and what's going on with you today. So, I'm just going to give you briefly my story. I want you to know that I resonate with you because I know where you're at. So I had my husband and I had been in business. We were in the Arabian horse business. It's been quite a few years ago now, and the business imploded through no fault of our own. It was definitely outside influences that were going on. And so I had to go out and find a job. Well, I had actually never, I'd had some other, part-time things, but I'd never really had a job. We were horse breeders. And I can assure you that that resume, even though we were quite successful, we were breeding world class Arabian horses, didn't bring me a lot of job offers. So I went into real estate, and I was successful as far as that goes. I was probably in the top 10, 15% of the realtors in the area, but it still wasn't bringing me that consistent monthly income. And at this point, we had a lot of mouths to feed. I had one daughter, a husband, and a barn full of horses. And so I needed consistency. And the last year I was in it, I mean, the last 6 months, it seems like over half, 50% of my deals fell through because of financing. It was a time when financing was really, really hard to get. So I had to step out of my comfort zone and figure out something else to do. And didn't look real qualified, but then that never stopped me. So I went out and started applying for business to business sales positions, and they made me take a personality test. Turns out my personality was not adequate for, a top salesperson. But they didn't know me. They didn't know who I was. And so I didn't believe that personality test. I ended up selling myself into a position that I really, really wanted. And at that point, we really, really needed a lot more consistent income because, like I said, my real estate was up and down and up and down. And the last few months, it was mostly down. And everyone still needed to be fed, right? You guys, have anyone ever been in that place? You know, you're back against the wall, you're having trouble paying your bills, and what do you do? So, and what had happened is that I had some people that were buying a group of horses from me, and the woman said, "Read, Think, and Grow Rich." And I was never heard of that. And so that really opened my door to the whole impact of how important your mindset is into your outcome. And in doing that, I used those principles literally to land this job that I truly wasn't qualified for. So, but I got it. It was for a print company. It was actually a very good company. It was a job of all the ones I'd applied for that I really wanted. And I just, I went in there and I started working, and I kind of was aware that I was going to have to learn a lot. But I just dug in and I got it done. And I learned and I grew and I studied. And, I studied with the old masters like Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy. And it was more about mindset than sales techniques, although I had to learn those too. But I found I couldn't be anyone other than who I was, and which showed up in my personality test. But I learned to use the gifts that I had and became their top salesperson. I was selling over $1 million a year when I left the company, and I had been for many years. I was their, like I said, their top salesperson. And it came from learning to use the gifts that I have. And that's one of the things I help my clients do in building their business, is to really own their gifts and use them. So I know what it's like to have your back against the wall. I know what it's like to, to not quite know what to do next or how to do it, and to have big dreams. But what I recognize is that everything is possible, but we have to be willing to grow, to stretch, and to change to get that. And it doesn't mean becoming someone that you're not. It just means really uncovering those gifts and peeling off those layers of who you really aren't. And we'll talk about that some more later. And letting your light shine forth. And when you step into your business from that place, it is it's going to grow, it's going to expand, it's going to take off, it's going to become really a powerful expression of who you are and how you want to show up in the world. So, and really, as you come on, please let me know. I got some viewers on there. Say hi. Tell me where you're from, and I'm not seeing them, guys, but that's okay. Leave them anyway because I will check them when I get off, and then sometimes they'll show up later. It's just weird. So, anyway, if you have a question about my story, throw it out there. But I don't tell it to want you to think more of me. I want you to know, if I can do this, anyone can. If I can go from being a broke Arabian horse breeder to being, a six-figure income earner selling over $1 million a year for a company in a few short years, you can do this. And I know so much more than I knew now. And that's the thing. I want to make your journey shorter. I want to help you and support you. And so that you don't have to struggle for as many years as I did to get there. So that's what my story is about. It's about me going from, like, I'm a super introvert. I'm still an introvert, guys. I didn't change at the core who I am, but I learned how to express myself so that and to connect with people. I've always been a connector, somebody that cares about others, and I learned how to bring it into the open, to shine the light on it. My clients, I have one client that had struggled for quite a while. I met her in a very high-end business coaching program. It was a group coaching program. And afterwards, she still wasn't creating the business that she wanted. She wasn't comfortable. And we spent some time, we went in really deep, and I helped her recognize that her business was not founded on her soul's calling, on her life purpose. And when we change that, her business just exploded. I mean, maybe it wasn't overnight, within a few months. And she easily hits 10K monthly and now is looking to double that. I have one client I met in that same group coaching program. This is a very high end group coaching program with one of the big gurus out there, right? Oh man, we're all gonna. Yeah, I've done them all. I've done them myself. Trust me, in this business, I had to learn new things and new ways of doing business when I, transitioned from business to business sales. A lot of what I know is incredibly valuable still, but reaching out and connecting with the clients is a little different online. So my other client is a health coach, and she just did a testimonial for me. She said in the few months that she's worked with me, her business has gone way farther than in 2 years she'd been struggling with her business. 2 years. And she'd spent a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars, in different programs, and was not getting anywhere. We had to go in deep with her, align her values and her purpose to her business, create the foundation of her business from that place, and then start peeling the layers of these old limiting beliefs and old stories so that she could become the powerful entrepreneur that she was meant to be and bring her light into the world and help her clients. That's the work that I do. I know so many of you have been through many other programs. And quite, I've been through them and I've always learned something. But I have found the transformation is coming from the one on one work. Um, that just that just is how it is. So the three things I'm going to talk to you about today, the three keys that you have to have if you want to create your 10K monthly business, or monthly 10K. I don't know. I'm not saying it, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm talking about. So that your business is hitting 10K each and every month or above consistently. What you've got to do, there's three keys. Okay, that was four, but here's three. Try that again. I'm a little off today, but we're going to make this work anyway. So the three keys that you need, right, to do that is clarity. Your business has to be built, the foundation of your business has to be rooted in your purpose, in your values, and in your gifts. One of the big things that I see with my clients is, and a lot of them have been in business for a while, many of them have had some success. They're having success. They just aren't having the success that they want. They want bigger, grander, and more impactful. And so that's where we go in. We start off, when I work with my clients, I spent a half a day with them in their visioning session. And we really look at the foundation of this vision that they have for their business. We make it bigger, we make it grander, we make it bolder, and we lay a foundation that is based in their life purpose, which is going to show up in your soul signature. We look at that. We look at your values. We make sure that every piece of your business is honoring your highest values. And we really, and your gifts. So the one thing I'm going to talk to really quickly today about this, because I never have enough time, is the gifts part, because you so often don't recognize your gifts. You absolutely don't. So I relate this to the honeybee. Okay, this is I'm a little country girl, and I see things in nature most of the time. So there's two facets of a honeybee. First off, aerodynamically, it should not even be able to fly. And I know that you, no matter what your life, your past, other people have told you, you have the ability to fly and fly as high and as far as you want to fly. And the other piece is the bee, the honeybee, actually is vital to our very existence on this earth because of its impact in food, in pollinating our food and many of our other plants as well. But, we don't stop and think about it. And that bee has no idea how important they are in nature. They are probably one of the most important insect that exists. They're just flying around doing their thing that they are genetically programmed to do. That's the same with your gifts. Some of your most important gifts that need to be incorporated into the foundation of your business, or maybe in a little bit different way, just a little tweak, can be those things that you take for granted. You don't even know they're there because there's so much a part of who you are. Just like the little honeybee, you're just going out and doing what is natural to you. That's one of my gifts, is to help my clients really own their power, own their gifts, own the value that they're bringing, and then help them understand how to work, use that into the foundation of their very business. It's so important. So that clarity is of your purpose, of your gifts, of your values. That's your number one. And if even if your business is done well, if you want to up level, you want to go into a momentum stage or even experience a quantum leap, you absolutely have to go back and revisit that piece, expand it, make it grander, bolder, more exciting. I want your business to not only be highly profitable, I want it to be wildly fulfilling to you. That's what I hold for you in your business. The second piece is you've got to identify and transform your limiting beliefs and old stories. And it's got to be at a deep level. I use affirmations myself. I think they're valuable, but they aren't going to transform you. And to transform your business, you have to start with yourself because your business is just a reflection of your inner journey. So you've got to transform at the deep subconscious level. Neuroscience, and I am I'm like this weird combination of woo woo, and then I'm very intuitive, and I love to go out and find the science that actually validates what I know intuitively. That is that 95% of your life is driven by your unconscious programming, your subconscious programming that you are unconscious of. Stop and think about that. And that means your business. So those decisions that you're making in your business, how you're making them, how you're showing up with them, the energy that you're showing up with in your business, those are all stemmed from your unconscious programming. When I peeled that back for the one client I mentioned earlier, it has made all the difference in her business. After 2 years of struggling, her business is now starting to take flight for her. That is number two. And that is one of my areas of genius. I'm not only a life and business coach, I'm a certified equine assisted coach as well. That's something that's been on hold for a while because of COVID. But I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I've created my own modality by combining several different other modalities that actually help you go in and transform that. Then we also have the piece of what else do you need? Okay, so there's two parts. We create an avatar of who you are as CEO of your visionary business. First question we address is what do you need to let go or transform? What old stories and limiting beliefs? The second is what else do you need? And that can actually circle back to the first. So you may need some skills, some knowledge that you don't have. Maybe you don't own your sales calls. That's another area that I can help you. But the biggest piece of that is going to be around your limiting beliefs around sales, around you selling, around being able to sell and asking for the close. Those are all things that are really, really important. So that's number two. And number three is your message. You absolutely have to dial your message in. You have to have those other two things clear to be able to dial that message in so that you are attracting the right clients, so that they're hearing you and what you're saying and putting out and going, whoa, I need to hear more from her because that really resonates with me. And that is, I'm going to talk to you at the end a little bit more about my program that I'm bringing a partner in that is the best copywriter that I know of. She's magical copywriter for spiritual entrepreneurs. So if you, these are the three keys that you absolutely have to have dialed in. You have to know how to dial them in. Are you questioning the value of what your offer is? Of what you're bringing to your offer, of the results that your clients are getting? That's something that we really have to dial in for you. So, and it's really, really important. How about your ability? Is there an underlying lack of confidence that you aren't sure that you know what you want, or you think you do. You have a picture somewhere in your mind or in your heart of this business that you want to create, the people you want to help, and the impact that you want to have. But there's also this little gremlin in your head going, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Is that you? If it is, like, say, yeah, okay, because we've all had that at times, but maybe that's a major block that's holding your business in a place where it doesn't need to be right now. Um, have you gone through program after program? Have you taken group programs, online courses? You've studied all different kinds of strategies. You've even implemented some of them, and you're not getting the results that you really desire. That comes from these three keys. Strategies are important. I would never say you don't need a strategy. But first, you have to have these three dialed in. And then once you get these three things dialed in, the strategies just kind of evolve. They become natural. You'll find you probably know way more about what you need to be doing than you are acknowledging, because those limiting beliefs and old stories, those doubts, those questions about I don't know what to do next. So you go out and shiny object syndrome, sign up for another course, another group program, another coach, and you come and you're disappointed. You're just not getting the results that you know somewhere within you that you're called to desire. And if you desire it, then it's meant to be. So, do any of those things sound like you? Maybe your business is just starting and you're really struggling with that. Maybe you've been in business for 2 or 3 years. You've been doing pretty well. You started it. You hit a certain level and it just doesn't want to grow any faster. It just doesn't want to get out of that set point. It's like your weight. You get a set point. You can get a set point with your business. And those are the three things you've got to go back and revisit to get beyond that. It's not going to be about a new, marketing strategy, a new technique. You've got to go back and revisit these three core foundations. Then you might want to try a new strategy and, or a new technique. But if you don't have these dialed in, and if you don't up level them and up level who you're being and how you're showing up in your business, then your business is not going to up level for you. It's not going to go back into a momentum stage. So if any of this is interesting to you and you want to know a little bit more about it, I'm going to invite you to get on the phone with me. There is a link in there in the information, or you can DM me and I'll send it to you. I'd love for you to reach out and DM me even if you have just questions, or you want to know a little bit more, DM me. But what I'm getting ready to do is launch a brand new program. It hasn't even been officially launched yet, but I am incredibly excited. This is the most exciting program I have ever launched. 100 days to unleash your 10K plus business. Okay, 10K monthly plus business. All right, and what we're going to do, I'm actually bringing a partner into this. That's one of the reasons I'm so excited. I have this amazing friend who is a magical copywriter. Okay, and she and I were just kind of touching base, comparing notes the other day, and I said I would love to do a co-program with you. It would be so much fun. I go in, and I do my thing, and then you come in and you do your thing. So her new program that she was just putting together is a 30-day program that teaches you how to write magical copy for your business. So you're never dependent on somebody else. Doesn't mean if you decided to, you can hire somebody else, but it is a magical a place. She's going to teach you how to never have writer's block, how to always be able to go within yourself, connect, and create amazing copy for your business. She's going to help you dial in your message, and she's going to um, actually, edit your copy and make sure you have the four most important pieces or types of copy dialed in. I'm going to spend 100 days with you, and we are going to get clarity in a way you can't even imagine. Every client I've taken through here, even the ones that think they have their clarity dialed in, just go, whoa, I have never looked at my business quite from that perspective. I have never been that connected with my business and and its purpose, into my life path, and those things that are most important to me. When you come from that place, it's so much easier to speak with power, with authority, and be able to sell to your prospects because it's coming from your heart, and you know that with absolute clarity. So my new program, we haven't even decided for sure the name of it, but basically it's a 100-day program, and you will get to work with both of us. So you'll work with me for 60 days, and you'll spend 30 days with my magical copywriter and still working with me. But when you work, my first 60 days, we do a half-day visioning session, and we work one-on-one every week, 60 to 90 minutes. These aren't quick, check-in sessions. And we then I'll come back and we will finish up our program. We're only going to open it to 5 spots, guys. So if you have any interest, any curiosity about it, jump on and DM me, or you can get on my calendar if you can find the. I keep putting it out there and then it kind of disappears. My calendar link. I would love to talk to you about it. So get on here and, we'll take a look at what your main limiting belief is that's holding you back in your business. And then we can explore more about this program if this is something that I feel like is a good match for you. I'm looking for women entrepreneurs that, they've experienced success in their life. They know what it takes. They're passionate about their business. They're committed. They have a never give up attitude, and they're going to take action. I am always there 110% for my clients. I'm all in, all there for them. And I want clients that are going to meet me in that place because I want to create momentum in your business. I want you to create and unleash this 10K monthly business, or at least the foundation for it, in 100 days. And we, together, we're going to do that. I am your guide and your mentor. So I'd really love to have you jump on with me on that. Like I said, you can DM me for the link to schedule it, and we can talk. We can explore. If you're frustrated because you haven't gotten where you wanted to go from the programs that you've already taken, if you know you're capable of more and you can't figure out why you're not getting the results, you're out there taking action and it's not bringing back consistent, results, let's dial it in. And you'll get me, and you'll get my magical copywriter, and she's going to teach you how to write that magic copy for for yourself, and you'll never not know what to say. You'll always know what to say from that point on. All right, so I hope to talk to you on Zoom. I hope you get on and we schedule some time with me, and I will start out by helping you identify what your major limiting belief is that's holding you back in your your business. And if you want more information on this amazing 100-day program, because we've got to transform you first to transform your business. Take care and have an awesome week, and I'll be back next week.